By Duke head coach Kara Lawson. Start with an opening statement and then questions. Please raise your hand so we can get you a microphone prior to asking the question.
Proud of how we competed. I thought we competed well. The second quarter, we were really poor defensively, and I thought, that gave them a lead going into halftime. But we played hard, and it's good to see the growth that's happening. It's been a challenging schedule. I mean, 3 of the top 5 teams in 8 days in 2 different cities, right? That's hard. But it's been great for us to expose kind of where we need to get to, and we're getting better. We're a lot better tonight than we were last week, and that's what you want. You want your team to grow through the course of the season, and so proud of how we competed, and obviously we're looking forward to ACC play now, and an opportunity to play a really good team on the road in Virginia Tech.
Coach, I know you just mentioned going through the hardships. Ashton also mentioned right now you are kind of like stuck in the mud. What do you do from a coaching standpoint to ensure that your players don't get too low through the hardships going through the rough phase right now?
Yeah, I think what you do is you continue to tell them the truth. You show them where we are, and you show them where we need to get to. So they're doing a lot of good things. And so sometimes result can overpower your perspective on a game, right? You could play really well and lose the game. You could play not so well and win the game. And it's hard in life to balance those emotions because, you want to win, and we want to win. And we haven't won as much as we wanted to, but there's still growth happening. And so that's what we talk about and show them that. Like, it's not just we're saying it, it's not lip service. You show them the evidence of it and know that you can keep pushing and keep getting better. And, like I said, we're excited to start conference play. Everybody starts even, and we're looking forward to that.
Kara, to sort of follow up on that, just specifically confidence, do you worry at all about confidence when, like you said, there is growth in your estimation, you can show it to them, but like you said, it's a results-driven business, and it's been a rough start on the wins and losses.
Yeah, for sure, but I think, that's a part of the journey of the season, and we talk about that a lot. Like, there's ups and downs, and you got to keep pushing, and the adversity is challenging right now, and it's been long, the length of the adversity, but we believe a lot in each other, and there's a lot of positivity. If you come into our practice, you wouldn't feel like we're in the middle of adversity. Like, it's loud, it's positive, it's communicative. So those are kind of my touch points, or those are my keys. As long as we're doing that and we're executing, we're trying to do what we're trying to do, then I feel good about where we are. But it would feel good to win, and so we'll try to do that on Sunday.
Coach, T and Ashlyn both played around 38 minutes tonight, and they kept that energy throughout. Can you talk about the effort they played with tonight?
Yeah, those two, obviously we're banged up in a lot of areas, and so, some of that contributes to where we are, and, those two kind of have to be iron women to play for us, because that's where we are in our depth chart. We just don't have a lot of guards that are healthy. We have a lot of forwards, and so they're doing a great job. I'm proud of them. They're playing tough. They're super committed. They're working hard, and that's what you want. And they're getting better at playing those deep minutes. And so I think the more that we play, they're going to continue to grow and be able to play in those deep minutes.
Coach, you mentioned in Vegas that South Carolina's size hurt you a little bit, and it was kind of a little bit of the same tonight with Koval. There aren't as many teams in the ACC that kind of have that big size. But what are you going to do? And then obviously Taina being the leading rebounder tonight, probably not going to be the case every night.
Yeah, I think rebounding is something that we've been super inconsistent in when you look at the stats, and so we're looking for that. We're looking for consistency, rebounding, and we have to get more of it from our forwards for sure. And so we're continuing to challenge them and to get them to give us more opportunities on the offensive end, offensive rebounding, but also limiting teams to one shot. So, South Carolina, LSU, I mean, two of the best in the country at offensive rebounding. Really hard to keep them off the glass consistently. So we knew that going in, and they definitely had some moments where they were really strong in getting the boards.
Coach, Kim Mulkey was just in here and had shared with us that from her perspective, Flaugier had a difficult time, I think, practicing with USA basketball, said that she had lost a lot of confidence. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to respond and just speak on just how your experience was coaching Flaugier this summer.
Yeah, my experience was a good one, not just coaching Flaugier, but coaching all the players, all 12 players, putting a team together and practicing within 10 days and then going to play a tournament. And our college players did an incredible job playing against teams that had pro players on it, and were able to win the gold. So just really proud of that group. I've gotten a chance through the course of the season to see a lot of them. Obviously, Joyce at South Carolina last week in Vegas, and G at UCLA, and Maddie Booker, I saw her in Texas, and so they're all really good players, and I definitely wish them all the best.
Talked about the guards, but there were some bright spots from the forwards tonight too. Toby and then Ariana and Riley off the bench had some good nights. What are you seeing from their development? Ashlyn said that the whole team sees a lot of potential and then pushes them really hard.
Yeah, I mean that's what you look at, right? Like it's the micro growths that you see from people. Like you see them getting better and better. And right now it's not enough improvement to turn the result for us, but you can't help but watch Riley Nelson in 2 of the last 3 games, whether it was against South Carolina or against LSU tonight, like she's starting to learn how to make plays against top competition. And she got a lot of minutes out there tonight. And so that's the development, that's the growth, that's where it happens. It happens, it happens as you're playing and you're getting reps. And Ariana's just a freshman, what is this, her 7th game, maybe? 6th or 7th game in college. And so she's rapidly understanding like what we need from her, and getting better and better physically. So those are the things that we look to, and those are the things that we show them, and it's good to see them have moments of success in a game like this, and hopefully they can create more of them.
I realize you have your own problems to deal with, but for the ACC as a whole, the SEC won 13-3 over the 2 days. And the ACC's been a league, obviously, that regular deep pushes in the NCAA tournament, a lot of success. I'm curious, it's been kind of a bumpy start for the league to start this season. I'm curious kind of what your assessment is of, you've been around the league a while, kind of hearing this 13-3 and just kind of your reaction to the way things have gone to start out.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the games, and so, I will, I'm not punting on this, we've been so focused on what we need to do, I haven't looked. I know we have good players in our league, I know we have good teams, and for us, we haven't had the start that we wanted. It's our job to change it, right? I think it's a really important concept, not just in basketball, but in life, is don't be so quick to judge. Because the basketball season is long, and it's like a living and breathing organism that changes daily and weekly and monthly. And so it's hard as a human to maybe see someone go through a struggle, and then a month later convince yourself that maybe they're different. Because you just hold on to the fact that they struggled in the beginning, and you can't get yourself to see them in a different way. And in basketball, as a coach, that's our job. Like a freshman comes in, and you see them a certain way, but you always know that it can change and they can develop. And so for our team, I think we're changing and we're developing, and I think we can grow into a really good team. And that's what we're focused on doing. And so I haven't watched the other ACC teams to be able to tell you, but I would venture to say that a lot of them can grow into really good teams too. And so hopefully people see that as we start conference play and as we go through that, recognize the growth that people are having, if it's earned and if it's deserved.
Last question, sorry.
Coach, obviously you guys talked about the tough competition y'all faced, opened the season with Baylor last week in Vegas. Just talk about what you've learned from your group or from your team through this stretch.
Yeah, they're super resilient. And like I said earlier, they keep coming to practice every day, hungry, wanting to learn, wanting to get better, and having a mindset, a positive mindset. And I'm really proud of that because, you know, if you've gone through adversity in your life, you have to work to maintain that. You know, you want it to end right away. You know, most of us want adversity to go really quickly, like, okay, it'll be tough for a half a day, and then well, we're done. And this has been tough for longer for us. Good. Like, good. Because this is what life is about. Like, you don't get to control the length of your adversity. All you get to do is control your attitude and your focus, and just work like heck to try and change it. And so it's such a great life lesson for us, and I think it will turn for us at some point. And I think we'll look back on this stretch as like a formative part. And we talk about this a lot. Like, if you think of like meaningful achievements in your life, no matter what they are, like if they're sport or in your life, most of them are born out of adversity. Like, if you don't have to have adversity to achieve it, like, it's not that meaningful. It was just easy, right? Like, you didn't have anything hard, you know. And so that part of it, I think, is good to experience, even though sometimes it doesn't feel that good when you're going through it. I know it's true in my life. Like, anything, you know, that I've achieved that's like been super meaningful was a lot of work, and there were a lot of moments. Like, there were a lot of forks in the road where like you could keep pushing, or you could decide to like hang it up. And I think those are key moments, and just keep pushing. And so I'm really confident that we're going to do that.
Last question in the front.
Yeah, I guess, again, a lot of adversity for the team so far this season, but I know that Coach Mulkey and also Ashlyn were saying that they thought that this is the best they've seen, you know, Duke play so far this season. Just wondered maybe some of the positives that you guys can take from, I mean, you know, it's a loss, but just the performance today.
Yeah, I think just the competed part, right? Like, we have been inconsistent with our competitive mindset. That is a fact. When you look back at some of our games, we have been inconsistent in that. And so, like, just to start, we've got to do that for longer periods and do that for the course of the game. So that's why I'm so optimistic, is because I saw that tonight, right? You can't control how you shoot. You can't control, you know, what happens. You can't control the calls. You can't control all that stuff. But are you competing at a high level? And once we can do that consistently, we're going to put ourselves in a great chance, in a great position to win games. We haven't done that consistently. And that's why our record is what it is. Like, you know, you don't do that consistently. You don't compete at a high level. Our challenge now we're on the road, we're not at home. You know, our challenge now is, can we bring that level of competitiveness to Blacksburg? That's the challenge. And if we do, that's going to give us our best chance to win. Doesn't mean we'll win. We could still play a competitive game and still lose, because they're a really good team. But if you don't bring that, you have no chance to win. Like, that's how good college basketball is. Like, if you don't bring that, you don't have any chance to win. So now we know, like, that's the price of admission. And that's going to give us the best chance to win. And so hopefully this is a lesson in that way, and we'll do that moving forward.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.